So in this episode, meet Karina. She tells us about her experience and her God.
I grew up thinking and learning that God didn't like if you didn't wear a skirt, or if you cut your hair, or if you painted your nails. So basically, if I did any of those things, I was going to hell. Even little minor things. So if I randomly bite my tongue, they're like, well, the Lord is punishing you for whatever you're thinking. And so I always grew up thinking of God as a vengeful God and a punishing God, and not a loving God that I know now. Which even when I was younger didn't sit right. If something didn't make any sense, I was like, so you're serving a God that basically doesn't like anything. He doesn't like anything that you're doing, and no matter what, you're always going to go to hell, And I was like, I couldn't grasp why he cared whether I had my nails painted. I couldn't grasp why I was going to hell for something so minor, and that's when I told my mom I didn't want to go to church anymore. I just abruptly stopped going, and I would pray, and I knew that there was a God, but I didn't really know whether I wanted to serve this God or how that even looked. And I didn't really want to dive deep into finding out who he truly was. I took them for their word at it. And at that time, that's when I just kind of belonged to the world. I was doing a bunch of crazy things, partying, drinking, smoking, literally just living my life without thinking about any type of consequence, without thinking about just what I'm doing to myself. I'm stubborn. I don't like being told what to do. And so that was one of the issues, was the Lord, even when I was far away from him, he was showing himself in every situation and trying to take me away from the situations that I was putting myself into, right? So a lot of us do not like to be alone. We don't like, we always need someone. We need to feel loved. We need to feel like we're cared for. We need to feel like we're not alone in this world. And so at that point, when we feel like that, we settle for anything. And while I was settling for anything, for the love of a man, and despite how much that was a toxic relationship, despite how much it was painful, hanging on to that, I rather deal with that pain than be alone. And he was always showing me red flags, walk away, I don't want this for you. And I knew that I heard that, and still forced a way to make these things happen. Oh, my thoughts are just crazy. I thought they were my thoughts, but it was really him speaking to me I don't want this for you. I don't want this for you. I don't want this for you. And I spearheaded into those things that he didn't want for me. And I would dismiss his voice as my own. And I'm going crazy. This is insane. Just do it. You can change this person. You can do this. You can do that. And in the midst of all of that, I realized that he was always in the middle of everything, trying to save us from ourselves, because we're the ones that put ourselves in these situations because of our free will. We think we know what's best. We think we can change people. We think we can do whatever it is for any situation to change the outcome. And he already knows the outcome. And he's like, no, I already know how this is going to end. Let me take care of that. You don't need this person. You don't need that. You have me. You're going to see that this person's not worth your time or whatever it is. And I can show you what true love truly is. And so when I started realizing how stubborn I was, and realizing that I was doing damage to myself instead of just kind of being completely surrendered, and seeing that when I do finally surrender, my life would have changed a lot sooner, and I could have saved myself from a lot of hurt. But I think there are specific moments that he allows to happen, so that when you are ready, you can see his love, his care, his mercy on your life, his grace. I mean, honestly, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You just see all the ways that you could have avoided the messes that you put yourself into. I lost a cousin